And Barry has barreled through Alabama as well. Take a look at this video. You can see despite the warnings, people were out and about. This looks like some dash video from inside a car trying to pass through a flooded street. Another car stuck on the beach there. Look at that. Even in less flooded areas, downed trees made it difficult for people to drive. And the effects of this storm means you could be paying more at the pump right here in Virginia. Oil and gas operators evacuated hundreds of platforms and rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. That will drive up already rising oil prices across the country. In other news this morning, dozens of protests took place across the country all over President Trump's decision to start immigration raids. Large-scale deportation actions are not uncommon. Most don't receive this kind of publicity, but this one's getting pushback from cities with large immigrant populations. All throughout the country, undocumented immigrants are on edge. Those raids are expected to target about 2,000 people who a judge has already ordered to be deported. Several Democrats traveled to Texas and toured the same facility where Vice President Mike Pence was on Friday. Nicole Killian has the latest from the White House. All right, guys, we got some good news to share. Remember Thor from yesterday?
I do remember Thor.
Yeah, big puppy with lots of puppy energy. One of our directors, Sean, he's in our ear right now. He took him home, and his name is now Tony.
Aw, it's appropriate.
Yes, love it. So, speaking of, we've got pet stories coming up. That's right after the break. Stay with us. And there are new concerns about a rare but potentially deadly flesh-eating bacteria found in warm waters. At least one woman was killed. One man also died. Another man says he was infected without even getting wet. Similar cases of infection have been popping up on beaches all along the East Coast. Doctors say the key to stopping this flesh-eating bacteria is to catch and treat those infections with antibiotics very quickly. Older people with medical conditions like diabetes, cancer, or other immune deficiencies are more susceptible, and they say check for open cuts before going in any water. All right, coming up in sports, we got to wrap up at Wimbledon. I'll tell you how Serena Williams fared. That's next. We have new developments in the case of a missing 2-year-old. Police in Hampton, Virginia, confirm remains found at a steam plant a week ago are in fact those of Noah Tomlin. Noah went missing on June 24th. His mother was arrested after a days-long search for the toddler. She is facing charges for felony child neglect. Take a look at this. This aerial footage of Morgan City, Louisiana, shortly after Hurricane Barry made landfall. You can see that the Atchafalaya River Basin looks like it's flowing backwards, but Christian just corrected us. It's not actually. Along the levee with the floodgates closed. In Franklin, you can see here signs, power poles were shaking, even some roads completely covered with debris. Now, okay, Christian, so we're over in the Weather Center.
Yeah.
It looks like it's moving backwards because of the wind.
Right, yeah, the wind at the surface pushes in, the storm surge comes in as well, but trust me, that river's still going this way.
Yes,
it
the
still
correct
goes
direction.
downhill.
Yep.
Yeah. Just because what you see on top doesn't mean
the change
it's happening
in the water flow.
Yeah, it's a fluid, so it's the same thing that happens in the atmosphere. You get surface winds that go in one direction, they can go in a different direction up above as well.
You like this science lesson this morning?
Yeah, how about that? That's all called shear veering of the winds.
Exactly.
You know, it all just happens because of the wind.
Well, for us, this is just going to bring a whole lot of moisture to the air, not necessarily even in rain form.
No, but it's definitely going to increase our humidity.
Yeah, that humidity is what's going to be brutal for us. But I do have a quick question for you because that 8 o'clock update just came out on Tropical Storm Barry. So when are we expecting the next one?
It's usually every, well, I noticed it's about 3 hours now.
3 hours.
So it'll probably be around 11 o'clock for the latest update.
Okay.
Of course, the planes have to go flying through there and they have to get some data. So it's going to take a few hours before we find out if it has downgraded. I'm willing to bet it will be. It's right on that border right now.
Right, exactly. All right, we'll keep our eyes on that. Thanks, Christian. Hundreds of people gathered at the Salem Museum to check out some living history. It was Colonial Day, and from leather workers to shoemasons, old-timey games, visitors got the chance to see and touch many different artifacts from hundreds of years ago. There will be another free event at the museum tomorrow night. A speaker will talk about the frontier forts of Southwest Virginia. A World War II veteran from Buchanan had one dying wish: to be surrounded by fellow Marines, sharing stories and celebrating freedom, all at New Freedom Farm. Well, that wish came true, but one important person was missing. WDBJ7's Ashley Bowles shows us how he was still honored. Hey, welcome back. We got JD Sutphin from Big Lick Entertainment in the house this morning. Thanks for coming back, JD.
Thanks for having me.
We love having you because you're really good at filling 3 minutes.
You're awesome.
All right, but we're talking about an event coming up Friday.
Yes.
food truck.
Yeah, our Feeding America Food Truck Fest.
And there are so
24
many
hours a day.
people, even in our own communities, our
Absolutely.
own hometowns, people do need food.
Yes, it's one of those things of just how blessed you can feel when you see the folks that they get to help from any walk of life.
Isn't that insane how little amount of money can really go and stretch such
Truly.
a far way.
Absolutely.
We're looking at some pictures from last year's event. You were just looking at them up on your screen there. It looks like it's a great time. How many food trucks you got coming out?
So we'll have 8 to 10 different food trucks depending on entrees and desserts.
Oh, that's
'Cause I
awesome.
love everybody sitting down and
Wonderful.
having a meal
yeah,
together.
having a great meal all
That's awesome.
together as a community.
Yep.
So not only are you doing good work for your community, but you're involved in one.
Exactly.
We're hoping for at least 800 people to come out, if not more. I
Absolutely.
mean,
Oh, yeah,
double
it's
up,
gonna be big.
carpool.
Yeah.
You know, carpool. You can get your tickets ahead of time? Can you buy them at the door?
You just buy them at the door with 100% of the proceeds going to these wonderful folks.
That's fantastic. So make sure that you stay hungry Friday, 6 to 10.
6 to 10.
In Vinton.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to post all this information up on our website. Again, it's Feeding America Southwest Virginia that this benefits. Which is, you know, we talk about it all the time when you come in. You guys at Big Lick do such great work for our local
Thank you.
nonprofits. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It's damaging for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the thing is it's like a big thunderstorm that consistently happens.
Right, and
You know?
I mean, it's slower moving too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll get some of those things around here from like an isolated thunderstorm or something like that. You know, normally we get high winds, heavy rainfall.
Right.
This is just consistent, so
And it just sits.
stays over one spot. Yeah, it hasn't moved very far since
Yeah.
yesterday. You see, it's maybe moved 100 miles.
The remnants of Barry will be very scattered for us.
Yeah, it won't be much. It's going to get scooped up by a front, so eventually
Right.
we'll see a chance for some thunderstorms. That's about it.
Which is honestly very typical.
Yeah, it's going to be nothing really too special.
Yeah,
Not like
exactly.
what we saw last year with like what was it, Michael and Florence.
Michael and Florence, yeah, exactly. All right, well, that's some good news for us. Thanks, Christian.
You got it.